This is English Shorthand Dictation number 242 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, I thank all those who have expressed their support for this bill. I consider myself lucky. Actually, I should have opened the account with the question hour in the House, but I was not given the opportunity. I will point out the issues which can create problems. I think some issues have not been considered. The idea is good. It is an excellent idea. There is no doubt about it. I was quite happy that it was across party lines. It proves that nationalism does not have a color. It is only the color of motherland that makes you talk about it. While being very positive on the overall concept, I have certain issues which I will place before the House and then express my views on this matter. My first issue is the numbers. The bill talks about a minimum of 1 year's compulsory military training. Now, if you just go by a rough calculation, it talks about the age between 14 to 50. I do not know if a person in the age of 50 would like to go for it. In politics, we may call someone young even if he is 65 years old. But in military training, I do not think 50 is a very conducive age. We allow soldiers to retire at the age of 40. Physically, it may not be possible to give military training to those who are above 30 years of age. The second aspect is that even if you consider it from the age of 18 to 25, that would itself make about 14 to 15 crore eligible persons. We have 130 crore people. If this is the age criterion, you will get 2 crore per year, and for 8 years there will be 16 crore of youths who will be eligible. If 50% of them are fit for military training, you have 8 crore persons to be trained. The number is huge. Sir, the bill provides for a minimum 1 year's training. In fact, one solution which I can see was suggested by my honorable friend, to which I will come later. I will just talk about the bill first. The quantum of expenditure required for this will be nothing less than rupees 60,000 crore per year. Let us assume that we manage rupees 60,000 crore from somewhere by taking small quantity from different heads. How do you train them? How many trainers would you require? I will have to put the full army to train them. It will require expenditure and infrastructure if I have to fulfill the requirement under the bill. If it is passed, we would have no choice afterwards. We will have to go by what is said in the bill. Though I do agree to an extent that some people may be considering it as livelihood, as mentioned by one of the honorable members, I disagree with the basic concept that no one goes to get himself killed at the front only for livelihood. There has to be some sort of pride in it. I have taken cognizance of the confusion at fairs in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. I have issued instructions that they should do it in a district, or they should do it by increasing the number of days in Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and other areas. For instance, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh are areas where young generation wants to get into the army. So we will work out proper fares. That is one aspect on the side. In a way, the concept is good, and while appreciating the concept, I feel we should think about certain hours of training in our schools. Of course, the NCC has a sanctioned strength of 14 lakhs for a very long time. 3 or 4 years back, the government decided to increase it by 2 lakhs, making it 16 lakhs. I think it is inadequate. When we look at the NCC today and the one that was there when we were young, we find a huge difference. Today, the number of students has increased beyond control. So, it would be a much reasonable thing to introduce a compulsory training for a certain number of hours for completing the graduation. It can be introduced as a class, or it can be introduced as a completely separate course to be taken by a student during his college tenure. He can take it in the first year or in the second year. We can work out something like that. With the help of the members who have shown deep interest in the subject, I would have a discussion as to how to go about the issue. If we can work out something, if we can start it on a trial basis, let us do it in some districts where there is more enthusiasm, in those districts which face the border, and that can include partial military training like 50 or 60 hours during the course of graduation. It can be done over a period of time. It need not be on a weekly basis. Just as we take history, mathematics, etc., we can take one course of defense training. But I feel along with this, what we need is nation building and character building. That does not come only through military training. It is only one of the sources. There are organizations, but I will not go into those things. I feel that our teaching quality has also declined. Value education is nowhere to be seen. So, we need to take all these aspects into consideration before we come to a type of conclusion. With these remarks, I wish to say that I have noted the sentiments of the honorable members. In view of the explanations that I have given, the bill may kindly be withdrawn, and I assure that after consulting the honorable members, we will come out with an appropriate mechanism on the issue. It may take a few months, but I will definitely take an initiative. Sir, I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister to the fact that something could be done to target subsidy to the poorest of the poor farmers and not to the rich people. Sir, the subsidy amount, as I mentioned earlier, has been reducing gradually from rupees 99,000 crore to rupees 70,000 crore. Yet it has not solved the problem. I do not know whether this reduction was a good thing to be done or not. However, I do not know under what wisdom the subsidy to naphtha was discontinued. Overnight, it forced all naphtha-based fertilizer plants in the country to shut down. Our imports this year are bound to shoot up. In fact, one of our public sector undertakings is awaiting the government's confirmation for gas allocation or to shut down. There is no doubt that the gas-based fertilizer plants are much more effective. Sir, I would like to draw your attention to an interesting situation that Oman and India have a joint venture, and the joint venture was a win-win situation. They were providing us cheap natural gas and we were manufacturing the fertilizers there.